Hello and welcome to Drinking Irish. Emmett Ryan here on a Saturday night, and I was originally thinking when I was putting together the list to go with a stronger one this particular Saturday, but then I went, no, not too strong, because I realised I wanted to go with a brewery I hadn't gone with before, a particular one, but to be precise, because I mentioned the other brewery from the part of the world they're from that everybody knows, well, with their county name in it. But there's another brewery with Wicklow in it. Wicklow is home to two Olympic gold medalists, Katie Taylor and Ryan Delaney. It's also home to two great breweries. There are other breweries in the Wicklow area, but more importantly, with the word Wicklow in the title is what I'm really getting across. There's Wicklow Wolf, who we've already seen on this show, and there's also Wicklow Brewery. And tonight, it is Brute Force, their Brut IPA, and this is going to be interesting because obviously being a Brute, it's going to be a bit dry in the finish. Got a 4.5%, so yeah, like I said, fairly gentle. So let's crack her open. Wicklow Brewery, in case you're wondering, are from Red Cross in County Wicklow, and I'll be honest, I haven't a clue where in Wicklow that is, so tell me in the comments where in Wicklow Red Cross is, or I can look it up on Google Maps later. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is I generally like the beers I've seen from Wicklow Brewery, and well, sorry humanity for that. I went a bit too fast, a bit too eager to get this. What I'm actually liking here is that we have 4 different languages for beer on this, but drink responsibly is just in English, which I think is nice. We've got beer, bira, beer, cerveza, then drink responsibly. So there isn't space really for drink responsibly in 4 languages, but I'm kind of liking that. They're obviously going hard on the brute puns. It's called Brute Force. They also mentioned it's brutishly tasty. Well, that's pretty much it, to be fair, but this one, I've liked Wicklow Brewery for a while. They're the lesser known of the 2 big ones out of the county, like I said, but these are damn nice brewery, absolutely nice, and I'm expecting this one, like I said, to be a bit dry in the finish, which is fine, by the way, and I think in a summer beer in particular, a dry finish can be very nice. It can really sort of just help with sort of the palate, and when you're just trying to get through stuff in the summer, and I am just abominable here. So while we're waiting for that to settle, let's get the can up so you can all see it. I got this in an O'Brien's, by the way, for those of you curious as to where I got these. I'm going to say it a bit more often in the videos now, but while I'm here I'm going to talk about off licenses, because I'm really lucky where I live, within my 2k radius. I've got 2 O'Brien's, 2 Super Values, a couple of other supermarkets, which isn't terrible obviously, including a Dunn's, a Tesco's, a Lidl and Aldi. Not wild selections across those 3, but still not too bad. I actually have 2 Tesco's. And also have the Vintry, and I also have Redmond's, which are obviously both not bringing it up a notch in terms of variety. Vintry not so much for beer, but still pretty good. And that's just within the nearby walk, as in I'm not even close to my 2k boundary. I think Redmond's Redmond's wouldn't even be a kilometre. Like, we're talking, these are all within the first 700-800 meters from my house, so I'm extremely lucky in the geography. But the reason I'm saying this is I can help out people who live in that sort of area. I have been able to do it twice now, telling friends when I'm going to Redmond's, anything there you recommend, I go, well, you got this, you got that, and that's great, so I'm able to do that to them directly. But one thing I'd like to see you all doing who are watching this is think about the off licenses in your area, think about what beers you see there, and if you've got friends who are in your area going to get a drink, say, listen, there's this, there's that, have a look at that, because we're trying to support all the Irish breweries. And one of the best ways you could do it is just telling your friends, there's this thing I like there, there's that thing I like there. I just be, the person helping the Irish brewers get their beer out to more people to try them. That's one of the things we're trying to do during this. So this is ready. By the way, I know the emitting of pints has become, well, not pints of beers, has become legendary at this point on this channel. So I'm glad I didn't disappoint this time, having disappointed horribly last night with a well-poured pint. Sort of. This is one of those ones where I'm going to have a third. Yeah, there's a lot of citrus, a little bit lemony coming through, but not too much. Sort of more passion fruit as well in the nose. Don't think that's what I'm going to get in the taste though, oddly. I think that's more sort of, the way my nose is tricking me because it's such a sort of sharp citrusy smell. So I think we're going to get more from the taste. Oh, that is dry. So the initial impact was this sort of real sort of brief bit of harshness of dry finish almost in the actual initial taste, which is kind of weird. Then this massive, refreshing vibe all the way around my cheeks, and then finishing off dry on my tongue again. Really nice, really balanced, different as well. Just give you a look at the beer here as well while we're here, just so you can get an idea of sort of the coloration and all that. Sort of, would I say golden? I'd say lightly golden is how I'd call the finish. I wouldn't call it golden, like, you know, but like lightly golden, a little bit hazy, obviously. And I had that second sip too soon because the aftertaste was actually only starting to kick as that was going into my mouth, and I was like, oh, I sipped too soon. But I'm getting some mango off it, really dirty mango, I'd almost call it. Like, not bruised, just to be clear, but sort of bit of sort of real, sort of harsh. You know, this is sort of mango that's seen some life. But it's sort of mango-y, but again, it starts harsh and then it gets fresh and then it finishes dry. And it's that movement, you know, of a sensation in your mouth. So there's a 4.5% beer. It's reasonably in the session range. We had a good chat actually in the craft beer community on Friday night, where the lads from Ballygulcavan, who we will have on soon. Like I said, I've got to do another order before we can get Ballygulcavan on the show, so I'm so sorry we haven't had them on yet, because I know there's a huge amount of demand to get them on. And they were saying what they consider session. They were saying like 3.8, absolute max 4.2, and I was kind of going, Jesus, I'd always say 4.3, 4.4 was grand. But they were making a fairly good point that you got another 0.5 range there, so that could be as high as a 4.9 while still labelled as a 4.4, say, on the can, which is very technical, but 4.5, yeah, but it's a slow drinker, and that's not a bad thing, because yeah, you come for the beer, you stay for the burps. Like, I'm just taking a break from watching Belarusian football to do this. I actually am watching Belarusian football while I'm doing this. Bate against Torpedo, in case you're wondering. This is a good beer. It's different. I would actually, a summer work night is the ideal time to drink this. So when it's warm, you got to work the next morning, but you want a beer that's going to give you a bit of time, like a Sunday in particular before going back to work. This would be absolute gem. So yeah, that's this from Wicklow Brewery, Brut IPA. Sláinte.